When you first turn on your 4-channel NVR from Xvision, you're going to be prompted with something like this, okay? So you have the startup wizard. So if you never want to see this again and you want to do, or you want to do it manually, you just have to untick startup, which means that it's going to run at startup. But it's handy at the start, you know, first time install if you want to run it, and then you can just say no, never show me again. So I'm just going to go next step, okay? So your system logon by default would be admin and admin. Now I strongly suggest you change that as soon as you can, because it would not be a good password to be using, okay? So we'll click OK. So we're in then, so you can set things like the time, the date, the language, the video standard, number of devices, you know, all these sort of things, okay? So this one isn't so important for us here. The next step then, this is what we want to do. So what we want to give the NVR an IP address on the network, okay? So what we want to do is, in my case here, I'm going to set it at 150, okay? And the subnet mask is okay, the gateway is okay, and things like this. Now I know these are all okay because I have checked this using my IP config, you know, on my computer before I did any of this, okay? And at this point then, you can just save. Most of the other stuff will be filled in, it'll be correct. So we go to next step. Now this is the step where it looks for a remote device. Now what it means by remote device is your cameras, okay? So I have one test camera hooked up here, and what I'm going to do is we're going to just get it to detect it. So what we want to do here is click IP search. So you can see that it's found what I'm looking for. Now I know this is the one we want because I had it set in another video using config tool. I set the IP address of it to 192.168.1.200. By default, if you hadn't it set, generally these things tend to more often than not have a default address of 192.168.1.8. So you'd know, but this is the one we want anyway, okay? So we just tick that and we go add, and then we go next step, and then it's asking me things about, you know, scheduled recordings and things like this, and we'll deal with this in other videos. So we'll leave this alone just for now. And what we'll do is we'll go in, click finished and startup finished. So you can see there now I have one IP camera connected to my NVR and it's working away fine. Something that I just want to show you, if you didn't use the wizard and you were adding cameras from time to time, what you can do simply is right click and go into remote device, and then if you had added the camera and connected it over the network, you would just do IP search again, and you know your other cameras should show up in the list then, and then you could simply just tick them and add them to your device list where they would show down here then. Okay, so that's basically it. Just run through of first time install of the Xvision 4-channel NVR.